Comrades, our call to action is that we must put the interests of our people ahead of our own interests. We are servants of the people. And as we serve the people, it is their interests that matter way above our own interests. So there are a number of things that keep troubling our people when it comes to service delivery. Issues such as sanitation, even in informal settlements. Issues such as the failure to remove refuse. We must make sure that those are attended to without fail. Vandalism and theft are matters that we need to attend to, even as we have to identify where that has happened and how to prevent it from happening again, including working together with the police. Secondly, we must repair, maintain, and build effective and sustainable infrastructure facilities where we live. Our municipalities, comrades, must be fixated about simple things such as fixing potholes and properly maintaining roads. This is not a difficult process. As soon as a pothole appears, the network that we have of being ward councillors, of being PR councillors, means that the area where we are in charge has been clearly delineated, and we should know everything that is happening in that area. The people of Cuba have the most beautiful system. Their leaders at local government level know everything that is happening. Even as a face that is not familiar in the environment appears, they will immediately know. Anything that happens, moves or shakes, is something they know. And if we have that culture, if we inculcate everything we do with a culture of being well informed about the happenings in the areas where we are, then we will be able to solve all the problems. If somebody passes away in the area, we should be the first to know. If a child is raped, we should be the first to go and knock at the door. If anything happens in the area, we are the first who are supposed to be there. The third pillar of our action plan is to build capable local government and strengthen institutional capacity. We need to strengthen the way our local government works, meaning that acts of disruption, like we've seen in other councils, where, for instance, two parallel structures of a council are set up, two mayors, two municipal managers, two speakers. That must come to an end. That should come to an end and should never happen in the African National Congress. What it means is that we must find ways of settling our disputes, of finding ways of ensuring that whatever differences we have do not spill over into our government work. Fourthly, we must reconnect with the people and restore the trust of accountability, meaning that we must hold meetings. And I know that a number of our councillors hold regular meetings with the members of the community. There is great value in this. When we hold meetings with our residents, we increase the level of confidence, of transparency, of trust, and openness. And even when things go wrong, even when the budgetary challenges bear down on the council very badly and we are not able to achieve what we wanted, when we explain it openly, honestly, and transparently to our people, I have often found out that they understand. And that is precisely what we should be doing, communicating all the time. There's never a problem with over-communicating and holding regular meetings with our people to explain everything. Sixthly, we must communicate the services, the programs and successes of local government to our people. Where we have done well, let us explain to them. But where we also have shortcomings, and even where we have done badly, where we have taken bad decisions, we should, with a clean heart, be able to go and explain to our people where we went wrong. Together, comrades, these tasks represent a call to action for all our members. More than that, it is a call to action that must be taken up by all ANC structures, from the branch to the NEC, and by all our members. This meeting that we are having, comrades, should be seen as a turning point for our movement as a whole, not just by us as councillors, a turning point for the entire movement. The National Executive Committee approached the discussion on local government in that spirit, that this must now be a turning point where we give maximum attention to ensuring that we revitalize local government. We must take this call beyond our movement to communities, to civic organizations, to unions, to business, to women and youth organizations. As soon as I finish speaking here, I'm going to the COSATU Central Executive Committee meeting, and I am going to impart precisely the same message to our ally COSATU. We must ensure that these priorities we have identified are taken up by officials within the municipality. Now, we've often heard that sometimes officials themselves become obstructionists. They sometimes refuse to execute executive decisions that have been taken. Now, the solution is simple. If clear decisions have been taken by an authorized entity and someone who is supposed to execute those decisions does not do so, there's only one way out, and the way out is the door. That is the only way out. It basically means that that person has decided to divorce themselves from the interests of the people. So this is a clear message. As we thank our officials, and we thank them immensely, my presidential newsletter this morning was about thanking our civil servants who do incredible work to support the people of South Africa, and we applaud them during this Public Service Month. But those comrades who, as we seek to turn around our municipalities, are going to be obstructionists, are going to be stubborn, are going to be slow, are going to refuse to act in the interest of the people, the door, and if they want the window, they can go through the window as well. Now, the tasks that we are putting forward are not meant to advance party political interests. They advance the interests of the people and all of our country. And we should encourage everyone to embrace and support them. As a movement, we carry a historical responsibility for the eradication of all forms of oppression and fundamental transformation of our society. Now, by fulfilling our commitments to provide basic services to citizens, we are advancing that responsibility. One of the defining features of apartheid inequality was the huge disparities in access to basic services. By making sure that every South African, starting with the most poor and marginalized, receive quality basic services, we are taking a huge step in reducing inequality. We have made great progress since 1994 by expanding basic services to many of our people, but we need to sustain